Hello everybody out there on YouTube. It's me, James, once again, and here we have another LEGO Custom. Now, as I've said before in previous videos, I love tinplate locomotives and rolling stock. In fact, it's some of my favorite sort of stuff to collect, really. And I've had this Lionel 220 shell, or 70 shell, I forgot what number it was. But I know it's one of the 1920s O-gauge locomotives. So anyway, I've had the shell for it for a very long time, could never find a motor for it that was decently priced, and I tried putting some other motors in it, seeing if it would work, and just nothing really fitted in with it. That is, until I decided to put a Lego chassis under it. The engine has one powered truck, which is in the rear, and the best way you can tell the difference between the front and the back of this locomotive is at the back you have the whistle, the cord for it, and then you have this back pantograph that I'm using a Lego Technic piece for. Looks pretty cool. And then the front is kind of bland. I still need to make a headlamp for the front, and this is the other pantograph that's supposed to be on the front. And of course, on each side of the locomotive it has an electric sign for it, because it's supposed to be an electric locomotive. And at the very top you have the LEGO Rail Transit System logo. Pretty nice. Just a better side view of the engine. There's the front of it right there. You can actually see the engineer inside. Can't really, but well, he's in there somewhere. Well, anyway, as you can see through the porthole windows. You can see through the side windows as well. And finally, here are the back ones. This window accidentally, it got cut up by accident by the previous owner, because I've had it like that for a very long time on both ends. But anyway, yeah, the engine is fairly decently heavy. As of course it's got these big grates, one at each end. And I think that my model of the S2 looks pretty cool. Now, let me show you how to get the shell off. Pretty easy. You just put your finger and thumb here and squeeze and pop. And of course, here we have the inside of the locomotive. Now it has the receiver on the inside, and it's hooked up to the blue terminal right now. And of course we have the outer power cord. And right here on the locomotive, there has been a Lego brick that has been glued on the outside for the back, and for the front it was glued on the inside. Pretty cool. And yes, the inside is still the original green it came in all those years ago, but the outside was just so far gone and rusted that I cleaned all the paint off and I repainted it red and black, a Pennsylvania railroad scheme really, with gold around the windows. And of course I glued two plates up here so that way I could put details like this on the top. Now I know a lot of people are going to say, this is cheating! This isn't a real LEGO MOC. Well, in my opinion, it is a MOC, because I combined something that wasn't originally LEGO with LEGO, and there's very few people in the LEGO community that do that anymore. Most of the people that used to do it either left, or they just went full LEGO because of peer pressure. In my opinion, something does not have to be entirely made out of Legos to be a LEGO creation MOC. And a lot of people use modified pieces, but some people either are too chicken to admit it or just flat out deny it. But yeah. Also, another way to tell the difference between the front and the back of the engine, the front of the locomotive has this cow catcher on it, or plow, and the back does not. Also, the back has the round buffers while the front has the square ones. Now you're probably wondering, where does the engine get its power supply from? Well, it gets it from this. There's the battery box on this flat car that I built. I'm using this piece. This is from a small passenger car I built a long time ago, and I put a yellow balcony girder right there, just so that, you know, it looks good. Also, the shell has just enough of a gap on both sides to where the wire can snake out from underneath without getting caught in the wheels or have to be put through this little window right here so that it can connect to the battery box. So yeah, let's take it for a brief little spin. So I've turned it on and now it should start to move. And there we go. Looking pretty good. And I don't really like running this engine particularly fast, as it's not really meant to go super fast, even though, from what I can remember, I know that the S2s could run around almost 80 miles an hour, considering their tractive effort and all that, as these engines were in service for quite a very long time with the New York Central system. But hey, this is model railroading. You can do pretty much whatever you want. So here it is running at full steam. I am just as surprised as most of you as to how that thing does not go flying off on such a narrow curve. And of course, there's only one way to stop a runaway train, and that's to crash it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, bye for now.